Welcome to the Catholic Table Talk podcast. This is where everything Catholic is on the table. New episodes Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern on most podcast platforms. Here's your host, William Sauber.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Thank you again for joining me at the table for another episode as we enter episode 172 today. And today, when the show comes out, it's a little early for the holidays, but it's basically almost here. So, is hoping you get through the holidays, making the most of the holiday season. As we know, the holiday season is very, we wait a year for it, right? Even though it's cold and dark and, maybe in some aspects we don't think it's the most jolliest time of the year because, again, we're shoveling 3 times a week. We're shoveling and plowing snow or whatever the case might be. So, but again, it is like the most wonderful time of the year. Again, the society has kind of really done more to get away from the kind of true meaning of the holidays, like the Halloween, all Hallows Tide, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, as we know, really exploding. Now it's Black Friday all month long, and Christmas Day, of course, and New Year's Day, even day. So again, I guess technically we are in the holiday season right now, but how do you make it from like All Hallows Tide to New Year's Day and probably a little bit past? How do you make it through? Because that's like that's like 2 months. How do you make it through? Yes, financial. We want to give gifts to our family and friends, but that's stressful at times. It's stressful. Again, like I said, the cold weather, you don't know if your car is going to start in the morning when you go fire it up or not. So, how do we get through the holidays? And yet, as we just saw, we had an election, and it didn't matter how the election turned out. We know how it turned out, but it didn't matter because either side was probably not going to be happy with it. So, you think the politics at the family dinner table on Thanksgiving and Christmas is always bad. Well, this year, they might be worse. Other family and friends may not even show up because they know you're on this side and they're on that side. How do you work through that? And we have 3 articles. I think I'm only going to read 2, but I found 3 really good articles from very good sites that I think it's really hit spot on. Again, I guess my personal opinion as we get rolling here is just how you get through the holidays. First of all, you gotta keep Christ at the center of it. Listen, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I haven't been perfect this week or today, right? It's, I tend to push God off to the side, right? But is to really focus and keep God in the center of things and keep kind of the will and the needs of others before your needs, and that's giving away itself, that's charity, and that's what we're called to do first of all, but really just making that sacrifice and that having that patience and perseverance to make sure the other people's needs are met before your own needs are met. So, and some of the phrases or some of the things we will dive deeper into as well. But first of all, again, like, comment, subscribe to the show. Thank you if you have done that. If you're new to the show, welcome. We have episodes every Thursday on most podcast platforms. Check out our website, CatholicTableTalk.com, powered by Wix. Also, today's sponsor is Dr. George Saguma. Dr. George Saguma is a family physician and medical doctor practicing holistic health and healing. Find more at drgeorge.com. Again, Dr. George, thank you for sponsoring today's episode. As well, if you want more information on the Holy Land trip in 2025, please reach out to us or reach out here at the podcast or reach out to Dr. George at drgeorge.com. And that's the Holy Land trip we'll be taking, yes, from us and Dr. George leading it. Pilgrimage and from in 2025. Check more info. Let us know. So again, we'll read a couple of them. We won't do all of them. We are still on. Okay. So this is from Catholic 365 website, and actually I am a license. I don't know if you want to say a license, but I am a writer on Catholic 365. I haven't written any blogs yet, but I have they have conformed. I can write on there and write through the steps, I guess. So I can write on Catholic 365. So I really recommend you check out that site, because eventually I hope to be writing blogs on my personal site, and I might just post that to Catholic365.com as well. So this one's a little, older stuff, but this is still goody. How to Survive and Thrive with a Holiday Season by Amelia Carlson. The holidays are the joyful time of the year, but for me, it's the most stressful. Reasons I just gave. The season catapults us into stretching for that perfect gift for a loved one who seems our way to have everything, while dreading drama-filled family gatherings. Sometimes it may feel like family Christmas seen on Hallmark movies or in cleverly scripted commercials only exist on TV screens. Yet some are blessed enough to have the perfect Christmas with family and friends. No matter what your family gatherings are like, one thing is for certain: Christmas and stress walk hand in hand through the pages on our calendars. However, let's pause for a moment and take a look at how we can not only just survive the holidays, but we can also thrive during this time of year. I created the acronym. I was gonna say I'm forgetting the I know the word, I can't pronounce. I'm not thinking of it. She said I created the acronym PRAISE to help us remember how we can make the most of this holiday blessed time of year. P is for patience. Practice patience. Patience is something that is absolutely necessary in the checkout lines. This time of year, this day and age, you just check out online. But yeah, searching for a parking space, patience under cooperative family members or in dust of individuals, or just patients who are driving on the highway. Yes, absolutely. Enjoy the season. Don't rush it. It kind of goes fast enough away, right? So don't rush through it. When we are patient with others, and rather than letting out a few words when a car cuts you off or someone breaks along at the checkout, let's commit to prayer for that individual. Pray for them to be blessed, to know Jesus, and to experience the Savior during this holiday season, instead of ripping them off. R is for receive Jesus. It sounds simple. It sounds like something that is on a green card or Facebook meme, but in a sense, we struggle with receiving Jesus during Christmas, because again, the pagan society tells us we gotta do other stuff, or we do other stuff. Sometimes I think we can be more concerned about placing straw in the manger or getting the last room at the end, rather than allowing the Christ child to touch our hearts in such a way where we will never be the same. Receive Jesus in your life through prayer, reading the Bible, listening to what the saints say about the season, and just sitting for 15 minutes in quiet and listening for the voice of God. It's hard to hear the still small voice in the hustle and bustle of shopping carts and cash registers, but receive Jesus this holiday season. A is for available. Be available this Advent and Christmas season. I know it sounds a little ironic, she says, and crazy to think we can make ourselves available with all the decorating, Christmas, prejudice, shopping, planning, and cooking we need to do, right? It's the Christmas traditions, especially if you have newly grandkids or grandkids who can start baking and start doing stuff. It's even more excitement and bustle. We must make ourselves available to be used by Jesus and to see Jesus. She says, I often think of the Bethlehem scene with everyone rushing around to get the census and obey the law and going about daily life, and how they miss Jesus. Let's make an effort not to miss Jesus. Ask Jesus how you can be available to be a service to your family, your friends, your parish, the poor, the homeless, and those in need. Then be available to them. I is inviting others into your life by giving. When we give to the poor, we minister to the homeless. When we share the gospel of those who belong in different circles, then we are inviting them to have a part in our life. We will soon see God in others, and then others will certainly see Him in us. It's not about the perfect gift we buy, because the perfect gift has already come, wrapped in swaddling clothes and laid gently in a manger. There's no gift more perfect, more special, and more memorable than that one. Sacraments is S. Attend Mass and go to confession. By attending Mass and going to confession, then we are opening ourselves up to the presence of the Lord and to the power of the Holy Spirit. So, turn back to God, and again, it's a perfect time. Advent to help us to prepare. Advent is 4 weeks long, so it definitely go to the sacraments as often as you can during Advent, especially as a family. And last in the acronym is E. Express Jesus through your attitude and actions. We must make an effort to ensure that the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable and pleasing to you, O Lord. Psalm 19, verse 14. When a family member says something we do not like, I'm throwing this out there again. It's politics. It's sports. It's maybe something that you and him or her have a disagreement on in the past year, and you still don't really have an agreement on, and he's bringing it up because he thinks he's or she's right and you're not, and it really kind of hits you the wrong way. Respond in love and forgiveness. When someone seems to have a negative attitude about a gift or an event, respond with the love of Jesus and then pray for them. It's hard but not impossible. Make an effort to focus on Jesus this holiday season, and you will soon find yourself having the best Advent and Christmas season you have ever experienced. Which is the same thing in Lent, right? You focus on Jesus, and you're probably going to get more out of it than you would just kind of going through the steps of kind of what the minimum we should be doing during the Lenten season. Same thing with this time of year. Again, it's supposed to be doing it day after day after day, but again, we're humans, we stumble, we fall, we get back up, and we keep on going, and we, forgive, and we ask for forgiveness, and again, keep Jesus in the center of it. That is what we kind of do. So, again, real quickly, here's another one from the Catholic Mom. And the third one that you see down in the show notes is Thanksgiving as a Catholic from the National Eucharistic Revival, not National Catholic Revival, Eucharist Revival. You can read through that one if you like. That's the third link on the links in the show notes. The second link is from the Catholic Mom, Simplifying the Holidays. And this is kind of a little bit of the same, but this is more simplified. The first one was how to make the most and just survive it, right? Because again, you get to New Year's Eve and you're kind of burnt out, and then all of a sudden you get back up on New Year's Day or the day after it, and you gotta go back to work, and you gotta get your kids back to school, and reality sets in, and now you got probably 3 months of winter, and you got the Lenten fast coming soon, and you're wondering how you're making it day after day after day, So this one again, simplifying the holidays. This year, by Chassie Terry, I want to find ways to simplify the traditions of the season so be focused on what truly matters more. I want to live liturgically without feeling like it's stressful work to do so. I want others to catch a glimpse of joy of heaven through our holiday traditions and feel the joy of being in relationship with Jesus and His saints. Here are a few ideas. Declutter the house. I know there will be more toys, food, clothes, and all the holiday items coming into our house soon. By spending a few minutes decluttering each day, I'll make space for what's coming in and take inventory of what we have so I can make good choices when buying gifts and giving wish lists to extended family. Number 2 is decorating. And I think, folks, again, my personal opinion right now, but decorating is probably one of the best things besides the church, going in the sacraments and, focusing on Jesus. It's probably one of the best things you can do as a family, as probably with yourself, is decorating. And of course cooking. Well, at least in my family, we really like to decorate with each other. I'm planning to par down my Christmas decorating significantly this year, she says, though. While I want the house to look special and festive, I want to choose decor that points to a real reason for the season without being overshadowed by unnecessary frills, like big old blow up Santa Claus or reindeer or anything else. Number 3 is keep meals simple and cook what I know. I've hosted enough holiday dinners to know a main dish that always works, the side dishes that are the simplest, and the pie I make best. So again, she's basically saying, by keeping meals simple and making what I know best, I'll eliminate the stress of juggling too many dishes. I'm hoping the new recipes I try come out suitable for consuming. And basically, if you have family dinners or family get-togethers, and Aunt Joy, she makes the best stuffing, while on the other side you got Uncle Phil, he cooks the best turkey. Well, maybe let them do it. Maybe let them bring the turkey, let them bring the fixings, some of them, and let them take care of it, so you don't have to. And then focus on the intention behind the gifts I buy, rather than getting caught up in trying to find the perfect gift for everyone. Focus on the gesture of love behind it. I will never find a material thing to give someone that will satisfy their every desire, but I can give it with a smile and a sincere expression of my love for them. Allow myself to go. And then the next one is allow myself to let some things go. This is a hard one. When I feel stressed about hosting or planning an event, I realize it's my pride getting in the way. I want to work on being at peace with having a less than perfectly clean house when company is over, or serving a meal that is far from gourmet quality. Because if you have kids, a clean house is kind of hard to do, right? And of course, gourmet quality of dinner. That's not really. That's probably one of the highlights for a lot of people is the Christmas dinner and the Thanksgiving is the food. But again, it's not the reason, right? So don't get stressed out about it. Don't really put all your intention into it, because that's not the reason. So when I can accept myself as poor, humble, and flawed vessel, then I can better relate to the poor, humble, and flawed stable, and the miracle that filled it and made it perfect. So, again, basically just, be who God's calling you to be this holiday season. He's calling you to have a relationship with Him, and He's calling you to serve others, like we're always, like I said, we're supposed to do anyway. Give your time, your talent, and your treasure. And really, again, especially if you're hosting. If you're not hosting, you probably don't have to worry about a lot of these details, right? But if you're hosting an event, then really take this to heart and give all up to God. So again, I think I'll let you read National Eucharistic Revival, Thanksgiving as a Catholic, or Dr. Zachary Keith, if you would like to. But again, real quickly, the holidays are not meant to be stressful. If you can't really if you don't really have the money to buy a gift, maybe you could make something for someone. Maybe you could give something else. I don't know what that would be. give your love to them, give your time, your talent, and your treasure to them. That could be a gift. It could, if you're not good at making certain dishes, don't make them. It's nothing. You shouldn't be stressed out about the holidays because it's the most joyful time of the year. And don't worry about what the Jonases are doing at the end of the block. Maybe they have all the lights and they have a packed driveway full of cars and they're laughing and they're playing, they're running around outside, they're having a grand old time, and you're just kind of sitting by the fire. That's okay. You don't have to do anything. You have to keep up with the Jonases, right? Don't let your pride take over. It's hard. Like I said, it happens to me all the time. It happens to a lot of us all the time. It's one of the 7 deadly sins, and it's one of the easiest things, right? Again, holiday season, it's 2 months. Enjoy it. Don't rush through it. Because if you're rushing through it, then you're rushing through life. If you're rushing through life, then life has no meaning. If life has no meaning, then you're kind of out there. Then you're not giving up on God, but you're losing sight of God. And that is a very bad thing to do, or you're not being the person that you're called to be. So again, I need to do better at that. I'm sure a lot of you, most of you need to do better at that, right? We're all humans, we're all singers. But again, invite people into your home this year if you're hosting, and be really of service to them. And again, just try to be patient with family if you're not on the same page, whether that's politics or whether that's maybe religion, right? Maybe they're following Catholic and they're just really whipping the faith. Again, go to the sacraments, go to confession, pray for them, and make yourself prepared, and just really give the season to God, and so you can rejoice. I mean, again, we went through All Hallows Tide. We are coming up on Thanksgiving. No, by the way, there's no show on Thanksgiving. And then we're going basically into December, and then it's all Christmas, and then of course Christmas actually starts on Christmas Day, and then it's New Year's and New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. So again, it's a long time. There's no reason to be stressed. The only thing is we should be stressed about, or not stressed about, but the thing we gotta be thinking about is putting ourselves for the Lord and for others this time of year. And even if we don't really get repaid that well with gifts or anything, we will get rewarded one day, and the Lord will give us extra blessings and graces this time of year as well. So hopefully you like it. Again, the 3 leaks down below, the third one is not the one I did, so please check that one out. Also, speaking of pride, in a couple weeks, actually it'll be next week, next show we'll talk about the 7 Deadly Dragons book series with Dr. Wood, and it's really on the 7 deadly sins. It's almost like a faith formation night. It's for the kids to really, and young adults, to really bring into mind the 7 deadly sins. It's the 7 Deadly Dragons, he calls it, book series. Next week with Dr. Wood, don't miss that show. And again, there's no episode on Thanksgiving. And until then, enjoy this holiday season, folks. Even though it's getting cold, we're having snow. I'm getting stressed out about that, right? And I live up north, and I'm stressing about driving in winter and snow. And give it to God and go to the sacraments. Stay in the state of grace. And again, need anything, reach out to us, and we'll see you next week, God willing. Same time, same place on Catholic Table Talk Podcast. God bless you.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Catholic Table Talk Podcast, where everything Catholic is on the table. Don't forget to subscribe to Catholic Table Talk on your favorite podcast platform to get new episodes delivered directly to you every Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern.